everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here for a Spiegel Mom Scraps Trendy Tuesday. And today I am doing kind of a fun layout here. I am going to use all of my shimmers and my teals and greeny colors, spray them on just some plastic packaging that is larger than a 12 by 12. And I just randomly mist everything. The colors I'm using are they're all shimmers. The Well Blue Me Down colorings, Heidi Ho Blue colorings, Bamboo Leaf Spritz, Deep Blue Sea Vibes, and Oh Say Can You See colorings. And as you can see, I just kind of sprayed everything. I'm going to combine them all so that they make a neat color together. And then I'm going to just lay down a piece of American Crafts white cardstock that you can pick up in the shop and just spread it down. And you're going to see that the first take of it, I like it, but there's some very obvious white spots. So I'm just going to keep going and mixing it and dabbing it until I get the correct colors in all the right places that I'm hoping for. So this is a really easy technique, and I really love the outcome. It does bend your paper a little bit, but I don't find that it's actually that bad. And especially with this American Crafts cardstock, it can take it. So as long as you're not like using a bunch of water on it as well, it holds up pretty decently here. So you can see I'm going about this. I guess I could have cut some of this out. I'm sorry about that, but I really wanted to kind of keep everything in today. And I apologize if you can hear little Miss Nora. She's having a little nap beside me, but she makes a lot of sounds and ends up kind of sounding a little bit like a goat. So the other thing I did here is I took the 4 colors that are in the blue shades and used the little stencil that I have along with a little bit of texture paste and created these awesome little stencils. And I'm going to just trim them out and make florals, and that's just going to be my main embellishment element for this layout. I really love the way these turned out. It was really fun to play, and I haven't used the stencil very much, so it was neat to kind of reuse it and repurpose it in a way that I haven't done before. I'm originally thinking I'm going to use these 2 photos here. They are from Canada Day of last year, and they probably would have worked, but I decided it wasn't actually I placed them, I really like the way the florals look up there, but it's just kind of not fitting with what I'm looking for. So I'm going to kind of put that on hold, and I'm going to go through all of my pattern paper. So this isn't all of them, but I have this big stack, and I call it my kind of mix max stack. And what it's meant for is layouts that are about either me or my family and don't have a direct purpose, whereas I have some other stacks that are more like very girly, very boy-y, stuff like that. And so these are kind of a little bit more of a mix and could be used for multiple purposes. So I'm just kind of going through, seeing what I think is going to look the best for this layout. There were a lot of really neat options, but I did know that I had this awesome arrow paper, and I really kind of wanted to use it. It's about the beach, and it's not arrows, it's anchors. And I just really wanted to use it. So I knew that it's a piece of pink paisley. I also really like the back of this pattern paper as well. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure I can work with this, but maybe not so much with this photo. So I'm going to play with it a little bit still. I trimmed down my original piece of paper that I did all the misting on, and I'm still kind of thinking that this is going to be the photo I'm going to use. I like the idea of it being bordered with the anchor paper. The problem is it's a little too dark, and my darkest element of that floral is not the same darkness. So instead I changed my mind and grabbed a floral piece instead, and then switched my photo with a black and white photo of Sean and I. Now this is the same day, so it's still telling the same story. It's going to my journaling is going to be more about the fact that we're not really beach people, but we go once a year because it's a tradition, and this is how we celebrate Canada Day. But what I did like was the idea of the reverse side of that anchor paper with the awesome kind of light stripe to use that. So I did a double border there. I really like the way that looks. So now I'm going to bring in my Spiegel Mom scrap stuff. I'm going to grab one of these felt clouds. As you know, I love felt. I use them on almost all of my layouts when it comes to doing Spiegel Mom Scraps layouts. And I had created a cloud and a heart with a sequence a long time ago in the red, but of course I didn't really want to bring red into this layout, so instead I'm going to grab one of my teal hearts that I have, and I'm going to use Pandora's Ombre for today, and I use it on everything that I use sequins on. It's all from this little pack. It's really pretty, and if you have any type of beach theme or anything like that, this is definitely the sequence pack for you to get. I've decided on my title as well. I'm going to call it Somewhere on a Beach, and it is a title from a country song. That's where I got it from, and it takes me a little tiny bit to decide exactly where my title is going to go, but in the end, it does kind of fit the way you see it. But what happens is I'm going to switch up, and so the darker blue that I'm using, which is from the Posh collection from Simple Stories, the sticker sheet, I'm going to make the word beach and the word somewhere be in those colors, and then on A are going to be in the lighter blue, and I believe the lighter blue is a freckled fawn, or it's from the, oh no, you know what, it's from the Atwell collection, and that's not freckled fawn. I can't remember what that is, but it's not freckled fawn. So there's that. And then I decided, just for a little bit of balance, to have two stacks of letters. I added the word I'm. So I'm Somewhere on a Beach becomes my final title. And now I'm just going to add my sequence in the rest of this. So I added them 3 right by the word I'm, 3 by the word beach. And then I just did kind of a little border up at the top there in the lighter blue. And you can see me adding all of my little embellishments there. I added a bird that had a little bit of pink on it. It's the only other color here. This is very much a monochromatic layout. I'm going to add this awesome little butterfly because it's the right color and it kind of just perfectly blends in there. I'm kind of trying to decide where I think it should go, but it is going to end up going right back by the word I'm. It just fits better there, and then when I place the sequence on, I find that it kind of did exactly what I was wanting it to do. So that's my first piece of washi that I'm using. I'm also going to add a couple strips down at the bottom as well. One of them is just a blank piece that's just really pretty, and I believe one of them says, "Love this." Right now I'm using the ones that are from the Moonstruck collection from Pink Paisley, and so I use that dark teal. So I have the darker colors in a couple areas was kind of my thinking of adding it there. And now I'm going to use a Making Homes piece that says "Love this," and it is the other color teal. So I like the way this is working. I'm adding different shades of the blue and teal-y colors to kind of help represent my layout as a whole, and it kind of makes sense as to why there's all these different shades there. And so I do that. I do as well do my journaling, like I said, talking about how we're not really beach people. We would prefer to do other things very much, so we're not really heat people. But again, this is a tradition, something we started, and we want to keep it going. So once a year on Canada Day, we spend the day at the beach with our family, and we have fun, kick the soccer ball around. Jackson gets to run around for hours, and it's a lot of fun. He was too young to stay up for fireworks, so we don't do that part of Canada Day yet. And now that Nora's here, we won't do it this year either, but it's still, eventually we'll get there and add that into our tradition. But so far I'm loving it, and it's something I just want to keep documenting because I take a lot of photos and I really love the way the beach photos end up turning out every year. So you can see I'm kind of looking for those just final touches of embellishments. I added another butterfly up by the cloud, and I'm going to add, I believe it's just a little saying that says memories or treasured moments or something. I originally tried to put it down at the bottom, but what's going to happen is I'm going to just slide it up by that cloud as well. And so that there's 3 elements there. I really love the way that looks. And that's going to wrap up my layout. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next Tuesday for another episode.